Hey traders and investors, it's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, and in today's video, we're going to discuss the stock of the day, DDD 3D Systems. So just as a reminder, I'm going to be shifting up the format a little bit. I'm going to be doing a broader market review and then a separate video for the cannabis review and a separate video for the stock of the day. And we'll occasionally look at some other tickers as well. So before we jump in, make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. We'll go over 3D, their earnings as well. So we had Yahoo basically saying that they were a lot worse than they actually were, in my opinion. And it looks like a lot of other third-party analysts trying to knock the price down. Not surprising, as they probably shorted it based on the huge run that it's been on. But taking a look at investing.com, they were only forecasting 0.0911 and it came in at 0.09. Basically in line, but a slight miss, and revenue at 172 versus 165. Decent beat there as well. So looks like the stock is just looking for potential temporary bottom here on EMA 12. So we'll see if that can act as support. If not, we're likely heading down to EMA 26 at 22.5. But we're looking for that weekly higher low, and we need to change the daily trend back to an uptrend to be confident that that low is in, as we're in a clear daily downtrend. We didn't have any support. We had a higher low, and as soon as we lost the low here, from that low, you would have saved yourself about 30% of downside, not even from the high. After we had that sort of blow off top and reversal here, once we lost that low, that's when I would have been out like a bat out of hell, so to speak. As soon as we lost 45.56, I would have been running for the hills. Based on how extended we were, we didn't have any weekly support, and this is just a prime example of what can happen. We have no support, but weekly EMAs could potentially act as a bounce zone. Again, EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. We're seeing a lot of downward pressure and a down trend on the daily, and we need to change that back to an uptrend to be confident that the weekly higher lows are set. On the hourly, we have a lower high for the last 8 candles, and we're going to have a decent hourly bounce. I'm going to add this to my watch list for tomorrow. We're hourly oversold. If we see a gap down open, I definitely want to buy that dip and get that extended as possible, as we have no real resistance up until 38. So I'm definitely looking for a DDD bounce play tomorrow. On the weekly chart, we're losing the 10-week moving average. We want to close over 34, in my opinion, to remain bullish. The stochastic is extremely bearish already, and the MACD is trending in that direction as well. So we'll want to see that shape up into the end of the week. We are seeing a bull cross of the 50 and the 100 and the 200 weekly moving averages while we're scouting this weekly higher low, so that is notable, but questioning how much of that has already been priced in on this huge explosive move. And we are holding the 50-day moving average, which is a decent sign. So don't want to see us lose 30.95. If we do, we absolutely have to hold 30. And then we have no support on the 100-day moving average down until about $19 and $20 psychological. On the weekly, we have the VWAP there at 23. So if we do lose the 50 here and the $30 level, we could be heading down to the $20, the $23, maybe somewhere between the $25 and the $20 range. So if you're scouting a position, if you're a patient bull, maybe you're scouting, waiting for a daily trend change. Maybe you're averaging in. Maybe you're looking to enter on the weekly EMAs. So maybe you enter now with a stop below the EMA 12 or a stop below 30. But just be cautious. They could go stop loss hunting and could potentially flush this below 30 and get extreme, as we are likely favoring, it's no longer a bull flag on the weekly, and we're likely favoring a type of equilibrium and tightening range somewhere, and then break somewhere to the upside or the downside. But let me know in the comments below if you are bullish or bearish on DDD. I'm very bullish on the stock long term, but it looks like we could see some more downside. But again, we need to change those daily trends back to an uptrend. We were extremely overextended on the weekly. I mean, RSI is up over 90. So we're just cooling that off, searching for those weekly higher lows. We know that nothing goes up forever, and SPY didn't help. SPY's in a daily downtrend, the S&P 500. DDD is in a downtrend. So we're just seeing, poor timing in general for the market and DDD as well. So with that, thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. I could go over a few tickers here. Just look at INSG, that got smacked today as well after its earnings. And may do another video on that. Neo down 13%, so that's notable. Space, Zoom, saw that Zoom crush, but they've got like 4 billion in cash or something crazy, but it's run a little too hot for me personally. DFLY on the bull list up 28% today, so congrats to the Dragonfly Bulls. Square up almost 5%, GDX SU leading the bull list. Apple was down over 2%, and Tesla seeing some weakness back off of those Neo losses, and just a red day overall for the EV sector. So down almost 5% on Tesla. We've been calling that out, that Tesla has been weak for a while. And we're just the prevailing trend right now. The sentiment has shifted in the markets, and we're in downtrends on SPY. We're in downtrends on DDD. We need to get back into those daily uptrends to confirm weekly higher lows and maintain those weekly uptrends. Bulls ultimately still in full control as long as we maintain the weekly uptrend. So with that, just make sure that you have a stop loss set. Personally, I'm using a stop loss on every trade. I'm being very selective at the moment. I'm mostly cash, and I'm hedging my long-term positions with some shorts on SPY and QQQ. So I did do a video on the broader market earlier. You can check that out, and a cannabis video as well. So we'll see you tomorrow for a daily market recap after market close. Once again, thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and take care, everybody. Have a great night.